Welcome to Ask the Lawyer International Edition with attorney Brian Figueroa of the law firm Figueroa and Associates in New York. We hope you enjoy the show, which features immigration visitors visa, starting and doing business in New York, entertainment and business visas, religious visas, and much more. Whether you are outside the U.S. or have family in New York, the number to call, share, and keep is 855-768-8845. That's 855-768-8845. Please schedule a consultation with us at www.askthelawyer.us. That's www.askthelawyer.us. This is Ask the Lawyer International Edition. You have questions? We've got the answers.
Welcome to Ask the Lawyer, your premier Jamaican show dedicated to unraveling the complexities of the U.S. immigration system. Hosted by Ashley Dawkins, me, a proud Jamaican national alongside esteemed New York-based immigration attorney Brian Figueroa, who brings over a quarter century of specialized experience. Together, we explore the benevolent aspects of America's immigration system. This week, we talk about the United States, both a racist and a love government. Plus, are you a registered nurse? We discuss visa options for nurses to immigrate to the United States. And speaking of jobs, we tell you 5 ways to legally work in the U.S. And don't miss our exclusive interview with Qyor, Jamaican musical artist who sits down with us to discuss his latest single, Cool Runnings. The show offers invaluable advice on starting the immigration process, delivers the latest immigration news, and features engaging discussions. Tune in to Ask the Lawyer for insightful guidance through the intricate world of immigration.
Good day, good day, good day. My name is Brian Figueroa of the law firm Figueroa and Associates. This is Ask the Lawyer. You got questions, we got answers. The number to call, the number to keep, the number to share is 855-768-8845. Again, 855-768-8845. Barack Obama, first black president of the United States of America. I remember the Marriott Hotel in Brooklyn. You know, my colleagues, the Mighty Sparrow, Calypso King of the World, and myself, we had the honor of meeting, President Obama, campaigning President Obama, trying to become, the first black president of the United States of America. And his main presentation there that day, probably had about 800, 1,000 people there, was about comprehensive immigration reform. And what, President Obama wanted to do was basically the proposal that Senator McCain had made for comprehensive immigration reform. Senator McCain didn't want to do that anymore so that he could win Trump supporters, before Trump was invented, so that Senator McCain could become president of the United States of America. So even though him and Senator Kennedy, and they are now both deceased, came up with this joint effort for comprehensive immigration reform, they couldn't pass it in Congress. Why? Because America is a country of anti-immigrants. That is black, brown, anti-immigrants. It was okay when all those white people were coming from Western Europe or wherever, not Eastern Europe. They didn't like Eastern Europeans historically because they're not white enough. But comprehensive immigration reform was there to solve the issues for businesses, for family-based petitions, for business visas like the H-1B and the J visas, etc., EB-5s, within in the quotas, and obviously, as I said, family-based petitions. Petition for spouses, petition for children, various categories that takes a very long time. We wanted that reform so families could be, come together. They wouldn't have to run across the border like they do now and continue to do to be with their loved ones. Who wants to be in America and their husband, their wife, or their children are back in Grenada, Barbados, St. Vincent, TNT, Jamaica, Ghana, Nigeria? You see, keeping families together is not a priority of white America. Yes. They talk about family, but not our family. The American government has been and still is one of the most racist governments in the world. Whether it be slavery, separatism laws, civil rights violations, whether it be the NYPD in New York City stopping and frisking 1 million people unconstitutionally. These are the issues that we have fought as lawyers, as human rights people in America. And there was Barack Obama trying to make a difference, which he did in certain ways, provisional waivers, DACA, giving green cards to those kids that came to the U.S., work permits, but now they still haven't gotten their green cards. Why? Because the DREAM Act, which was proposed in 2001, has never become law because these KKK Russian Trump type people, they are the devils. The devil is not red, the devil is white. And how do I know that? From what has happened in America. I think the devil is calling to complain. So, what do we do? So we continue to advocate for comprehensive immigration reform. But the only path to legalization is what I call the love visa. America is a love government because petitions for spouses, fiancés, there's no quota. You come to the U.S. with inspection, meaning with a visa. A crewman visa is considered without inspection. When you get to the U.S., if you overstay your time by 6 months, if you leave, you're banned for 3 years. If you overstay by 1 year and you leave the U.S., you're banned for 10 years. So who's going to leave if they're subject to a ban when they come to America on those visitors' visas? And not everyone could come here with a visitor visa. And a lot of people at the border may have tried, failed, and decided, let's take that dangerous path to America to be with family, to run away from wars created by America, like in, obviously, the destruction of Venezuela, off the coast of, obviously, Trinidad and Tobago. This is how America operates. They create problems throughout the world, and when those people in those countries come to the U.S. at that, U.S.-Mexican border, they wonder, well, why are those people there? Well, you idiots, racist people in America, white America. Obviously, all of them are not racist, but most of them are. They may not be openly racist, but they are. Yes. They want to keep America white at any cost. So the love visa, when you come to the U.S. as a visitor on that visitor's visa, you stay here with your family. Your only option is if you're married to a U.S. citizen, or if you have a child 21 years or older, U.S. citizen, petition in for you, you could get a green card in America. Okay? Yes. No ban, no nothing. Marriage is what we call the love visa, or the fiancé visa, or obviously children 21 years or older petitioning for their parents, or parents petitioning for their children under 21 here in the U.S. Obviously, it's very difficult to get that visitor's visa. You have to show income. You have to show enough income that you're not going to be a flight risk when you get that visitor's visa. You have to show proof that you'll be obviously returning to your home country. You also have to show what? obviously good moral character, no arrest when you apply for these visas. And again, those visas, the success rate is not as much as it used to be. H-1Bs, work visas, Js, we have a lot of people coming on the J visa from Jamaica. H-2Bs, unskilled workers, hotel workers. We have a lot of people coming from Jamaica also. Those are other parts to legalization in terms of getting those work visas. However, to get a green card, which is a permanent solution, those people coming here on the H-2B, on the H-1Bs, etc., if they want to become green card holders in America, usually, obviously, the love visa is their only solution. My name is Brian Figueroa of the law firm Figueroa & Associates. This is Ask the Lawyer. You got questions, we got answers. The number to call, the number to keep, the number to share is 855-768-8845. Again, 855-768-8845. Truth is, there's a lot of racism in America, historically, currently, and it will be there tomorrow. Whether it be President Biden running for the Democratic seat or KKK Russian Trump running for the Republican seat, neither of them is going to pass comprehensive immigration reform. It has been decades since the last amnesty. That was on January 1st, 1982. Again, they know people come across the border. They know people come here and they take certain job positions. What they want is people to come in those numbers, remain undocumented in America, and be exploited by business people. Yes. So if you believe that exploitation of people, immigrants coming to this country is, some sort of like mistake, you're wrong. The Democrats and Republicans understand what goes on, and it continues. But when I came to America, more like most immigrants, I came here for my money. They took our money, small islands, bigger countries, whatever. They exploited black, brown people. They built little banana plantations, destroying smaller banana businesses in Caribbean countries or Latin America, whatever. They come and they exploit our economies internationally. It has been the modus operandi for the U.S. government for hundreds of years. Will it ever change? No. Again, my name is Brian Figueroa of Figueroa & Associates. This is Ask the Lawyer. Yes, come to the promised land. Yes, you are welcome. By 2050, they say the majority would be the minority. Black, brown, Asians will make up almost 51% of the population. I would like you guys to come sooner so we could do that, 2030, 2040. Again, my name is Brian Figueroa of the law firm Figueroa & Associates. This is Ask the Lawyer. You got questions, we got answers. The number to call, the number to keep, the number to share is 855-768-8845. Again, 855-768-8845. You could schedule a consultation at the law firm of Figueroa & Associates online at www.askthelawyer.us. Again, www.askthelawyer.us. Just go online, schedule at an appointment now. Thank you.
Do you have a legal issue, question, or concern? Turn to Ask the Lawyer. You have questions? We've got answers. For a consultation or to refer a client, visit www.askthelawyer.us. Again, www.askthelawyer.us. You can also register for our paralegal program, get legal news, business consults, or other information on educational issues. Yes, ask the lawyer. You have questions? We've got answers. For a consultation or to refer a client, visit www.askthelawyer.us. Again, www.askthelawyer.us.
The United States is consistently ranked among the best internationally for its competitiveness. Are you planning to start a new business or branch of your business in New York? Attend our Chamber Coalition's 5-week webinar series, Small Business Sense Bootcamp. We provide education and business preparation for small business owners and startups. Learn the basics of business planning, how to finance your business, business credit, marketing, and social media strategies, small business solutions, legal, tax, accounting, banking, and insurance, and how to do business within New York City, New York State, and corporations. Register at startupsbootcamp.eventbrite.com.
Love is in the air. Do you know that a prenup or an irrevocable trust can say, "I love you" in a way flowers and chocolates never could? Ask the lawyer. Let the law firm of Qyor and Associates show you how. Don't hesitate. Call 855-768-8845 or visit www.askthelawyer.us to schedule an appointment today.
Divorce, separation, support, custody. The common factor? They keep you up at night. Sleep well knowing that you have the law firm of Qyor and Associates on your side through this difficult time. Don't divorce your money. Don't divorce your children. Divorce your spouse. Whether it's a contested or uncontested divorce, the law firm of Qyor and Associates will guide you through every step of the process. From child custody to property and debt concerns, the law firm of Qyor and Associates has the experience and expertise in handling cases involving significant assets and complicated issues. A divorce can be one of the most unpleasant experiences a person ever has to go through. Don't do it alone. Stop the sleepless nights and call the law firm of Qyor and Associates, 855-768-8845. That's 855-768-8845, or visit 311divorce.com. That's 311divorce.com. At the law firm of Qyor and Associates, a divorce is not the end, it's a new beginning.
You are listening to Ask the Lawyer International Edition. You have questions? We've got the answers. Schedule an appointment now at www.askthelawyer.us. That's www.askthelawyer.us.
Our weekly immigration news roundup is brought to you by the law firm of Qyor and Associates. For a consultation on any immigration or legal matter, please call 855-768-8845. That's 855-768-8845. For full stories and more immigration news, visit www.theimmigrantsjournal.com. That's www.theimmigrantsjournal.com.
Hello, my name is Mary Campbell, legal assistant at the law firm of Qyor and Associates, and your presenter with this week's immigration news. We begin with concern over the Biden administration consideration of new asylum ban. According to multiple reports, the Biden administration is considering executive action to further restrict asylum eligibility at the southern border for people who cross between official ports of entry. The controversial maneuver appears to echo a 2018 Trump administration attempt to deny asylum to those who crossed between ports of entry, which was ultimately blocked by federal courts. Despite President Biden's campaign promises to restore asylum protections, his administration implemented a sweeping rule in May 2023 that presumes migrants ineligible for asylum if they enter the U.S. illegally without having sought protection in a third country. The rule remains in effect as litigation continues. Refugees and asylum seekers generate billions of dollars more than they cost the U.S. government. A report released this month by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services found that refugees and asylees have generated tens of billions of dollars more in local, state, and federal tax revenues over the last 15 years than they have cost in direct government services, ultimately representing a net fiscal gain at all levels of government. From 2005 to 2019, refugees and asylees paid a total of $123.8 billion more in taxes than they cost in government services, for a net fiscal gain of $31.5 billion to the federal government and $92.3 billion to state and local governments combined. Refugees and asylees paid an estimated $363 billion to the federal government through payroll, income, and excise taxes, and $218 billion to state and local governments through income, sales, and property taxes. Even when factoring in their spouses and children under 18, many of whom are U.S. citizens, refugees and asylees still provided a net fiscal gain, costing $723.4 billion in government services, yet paying $739.4 billion in tax revenue, for a net gain of $16 billion. Meanwhile, in New York, Governor Hochul welcomes possible Biden executive action on immigration. Governor Kathy Hochul is welcoming the prospect of President Joe Biden taking executive action on immigration. Hochul, who spoke to Spectrum News while at the White House Friday, simultaneously offered criticism of congressional Republicans. Just weeks ago, a bipartisan border deal negotiated by senators fell apart on Capitol Hill, rejected by many Republicans in both chambers. "This is a dereliction of your duty to solve problems like this," Hochul said in an interview, calling it very pathetic that the president must now turn to executive orders instead. Hochul's visit to the White House was part of the annual Governors Conference in Washington, D.C. Gov. Hochul welcomes possible Biden executive action on immigration. Brooklyn's Hall Street migrant shelter grows to 3,000, testing neighbors in Clinton Hill. Some have welcomed the influx of migrants, which now include children enrolled in nearby schools. Others have complained about an increase in trash, loitering, noise, and street activity. A massive migrant shelter and a complex of converted warehouses on Hall Street in Clinton Hill that opened last summer with no public announcement has since grown to house around 3,000 people. Officials with the city's Health Plus hospitals recently told the local community board that the 10-building complex, adjacent to Brooklyn Navy Yard, has the capacity for as many as 6,000 people in another 4 buildings on the block. While a warehouse across the street overseen by the Department of Homeless Services could house hundreds more migrant families, the quiet growth of the shelter complex in recent months has sent shockwaves across the surrounding residential neighborhoods. Local schools have taken on the sudden surge of new students, inspiring an outpouring of support. Community board meetings have bubbled up with residents raising concerns about trash, noise, and loitering. Much as it has in other neighborhoods across the political spectrum, the influx of migrants has tested and divided Clinton Hill neighbors. In other news, citizenship application fees will increase. More than 9 million legal permanent residents in the United States are eligible to apply for U.S. citizenship, but haven't done so, according to the Office of Homeland Security Statistics. Fees associated with becoming an American citizen are set to rise April 1, climbing as much as 19%, U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services has announced. The cost of filing an application for naturalization form, or N-400, will go up from $640, or $725 if biometric work is needed, to $760. The price of getting a green card, the first step to citizenship, will jump too. Meanwhile, the overall price for filing the forms needed for legal permanent residency, also known as the green card packet, will rise from $1,760 to $3,005. USCIS conducted a comprehensive biennial fee review and determined that current fees do not recover the full cost of providing adjudication and naturalization services. The Department of Homeland Security announcement read, DHS is adjusting the fee schedule to fully recover costs and maintain adequate service. And finally, their asylum case seems strong, but instead of hope, they feel despair. Fleeing political persecution in Guinea, a family has been evicted from a New York City homeless shelter, questioning if they should ever come. Thank you.
Our weekly immigration news roundup is brought to you by the law firm of Qyor and Associates. For consultation on any immigration or legal matter, please call 855-768-8845. That's 855-768-8845. For full stories and more immigration news, visit www.theimmigrantsjournal.com. That's www.theimmigrantsjournal.com.
Visa options for nurses to immigrate to the U.S. Across the country, hospitals and nursing homes face a nursing shortage, and while there are many efforts to address the deficit, one that could mitigate the situation might be overlooked: migrant nurses. The American Association of Colleges of Nursing details some of the factors that are causing the shortage. The expected demand for RN and APRN services needs to be met by enrollment in nursing schools. In 2020, over 80,000 prospective nursing school candidates were denied admission to the bachelor and graduate programs because of a lack of skilled professors, clinical study sites, classroom space, and the financial restrictions, according to the recent research. A sizable portion of the nursing staff is getting close to retirement. Nearly half of all registered nurses are now over 50. As most baby boomers, those born between 1946 and 1964, make up the nation's older than ever population of 65 and older, more nurses are required to care for our aging population. This demography is shown from 41 million in 2011 to 71 million in 2019. Additionally, the pandemic and inadequate staffing increased nurses' stress levels, adversely affecting their job satisfaction and causing many to quit their careers. For these reasons, many hospitals are considering employing international nurses. Those who desire to work as nurses in the U.S. must adhere to the U.S. federal immigration law and fulfill basic requirements if they intend to apply for any visa. Applicants need to meet the educational criteria, take and pass an English language proficiency test, and obtain credential evaluation if required. Following that, applicants must pass the National Council Licensing Examination Registered Nurse, NCLEX-RN. After finding a nursing recruiting agency or a U.S.-based firm, apply for an RN immigrant visa, green card, then ultimately interview and accept if a position is offered. The most popular category for employment-based permanent residency is based on getting a green card. This process can take up to 1 year. The employer must complete a PERM labor certification from the Department of Labor, which certifies that no U.S. citizen can fill the position offered. There are not enough Americans working in the Schedule A occupations of registered nurses and physical therapists. Therefore, hiring a foreign nurse or physical therapist would not displace American employees who are already in demand. H-1B is another common employment visa. This is a temporary work visa for foreign nationals with a job offer from a U.S. business to work in a specialty occupation, such as nursing. A TN visa is additionally accessible to nurses from Canada and Mexico. If a nurse has a job offer, a license to practice in their country of residence, and meets the NCLEX and state licensing standards, they may work in the U.S. with a special TN visa. The procedure of immigrating was not designed to be simple, and lawmakers try to make it challenging every year despite the need for immigrants in this country. It is beneficial for those interested in migrating to the U.S. as nurses to hire an immigration expert to assist and make the process more manageable. Ready to migrate to the U.S.? If so, Ask the Lawyer, the international law firm of Figueroa and Associates, has a quarter century of practicing immigration law. Brian Figueroa Esquire is a member of the American Immigration Lawyers Association, AILA, and is widely regarded as New York's #1 immigration attorney. Ready for the next step? Schedule an appointment at www.askthelawyer.us. That's www.askthelawyer.us, or call 855-768-8845. That number again is 855-768-8845. Immigration law is dynamic and complex. The lawyer you hire does make a difference.
The United States is consistently ranked among the best internationally for its competitiveness. Are you planning to start a new business or branch of your business in New York? Attend our Chamber Coalition's 5-week webinar series, Small Business Sense Bootcamp. We provide education and business preparation for small business owners and startups. Learn the basics of business planning, how to finance your business, business credit, marketing, and social media strategies, small business solutions, legal, tax, accounting, banking, and insurance, and how to do business within New York City, New York State, and corporations. Register at startupsbootcamp.eventbrite.com.
Are you interested in investing in real property, a home, or investment property in New York or other states? Then Equity Smart Realty Inc. can work with you. From potential returns to portfolio diversification, buying international property comes with its perks, but it's also a complex process, and there are tax matters to consider. Equity Smart Realty Inc. can help you purchase real estate in New York. We have the knowledge you need to simplify the process. Ready to discuss your options? Schedule a consultation on this matter, or start a business, or a branch of your business at www.askthelawyer.us. That's www.askthelawyer.us, or call 855-768-8845. Again, 855-768-8845.
Love is in the air. Do you know that a prenup or an irrevocable trust can say, "I love you" in a way flowers and chocolates never could? Ask the lawyer. Let the law firm of Qyor and Associates show you how. Don't hesitate. Call 855-768-8845 or visit www.askthelawyer.us to schedule an appointment today.
Welcome back. This is Ask the Lawyer International Edition. You have questions, we've got the answers. Schedule an appointment now at www.askthelawyer.us. That's www.askthelawyer.us.
5 ways you can legally work in the United States in 2024. The American dream is alive and well. Thousands of individuals seek immigration to the United States to explore opportunities and create a better life for themselves and their families. Many options are available to work in the U.S., whether you come with valuable experience, extraordinary skills, or sufficient funds to invest or start a business. Individuals are always looking for ways to work in the United States, but working in the U.S. illegally can severely hurt your chances of staying in the U.S. in the future. It can be more complicated to restore legal status if you work illegally. Let us explore 5 ways you can legally work in the United States to ensure this doesn't happen to you. 1. Get a job offer. When immigrating to the U.S. to work, you will need to successfully obtain a job offer from a qualifying U.S. employer, who will then file a petition on your behalf, their employee. Some of the visa categories available for applications that you will need a job offer for include H-1B visa. An H-1B visa is the most popular U.S. work permit that allows foreigners to work specialty occupations for U.S. employers. This means that your employment in the United States cannot be for just any type of work. The work performed must involve a high level of skill, such as in a professional occupation. L-1 visa. If you are being transferred to an existing U.S. business, the L-1 visa is the best type of U.S. work visa for you. L-1 visas are available to employees working for companies outside the United States, such as in Canada, that have branches, subsidiaries, affiliates, or joint venture partners in the United States. 2. Start a U.S. business. A few visa category options are available for those with sufficient funds to those wanting to start a U.S. business. E-2 visa. E-2 visas are designed for owners and investors in businesses in the United States. The E-2 visa is a temporary U.S. work visa that may be granted for substantial investments in the U.S., for which one must meet several requirements to qualify. E-1 visa. The E-1 visa, also known as the Treaty Trade Visa, is a non-immigrant visa for citizens of countries with which the U.S. has a treaty of commerce. While not all countries are eligible, business owners and investors from those that may qualify if they meet several criteria. L-1 visa. Earlier, we mentioned the L-1 visa as an excellent option for those seeking to work in the U.S. if they are being transferred abroad to a U.S. employer. The L-1 visa also allows individuals to expand their business to the U.S. 3. Holding extraordinary ability skills. O-1 visa. The temporary O-1 visa is intended for people who possess extraordinary skills in arts, sciences, business, education, or athletics, or who have a solid track record of extraordinary performance in the motion picture and television industry and have been identified and acknowledged domestically and internationally for their excellence. 4. Studying the U.S. OP or CPT OPT, optional practical training, and CPT, curricular practical training, are the two types of temporary employment opportunities available to non-immigrant student visa holders. In most cases, the U.S. government considers internships and employment for students on F-1 visas practical training. 5. Religious workers. R-1 visa. The R-1 visa is a non-immigrant visa designed to help eligible religious workers work within the U.S. for a religious organization. The religious organization must be registered as a nonprofit in the U.S., linked to a U.S. religious denomination, or a religious group with a tax exemption. There are 10,000 available every year. Interested in working in the United States? If so, ask the lawyer. The international law firm of Qyor and Associates has been practicing immigration law for a quarter of a century. Brian Figueroa, Esquire, is a member of the American Immigration Lawyers Association, AILA, and is widely regarded as NY's #1 immigration attorney. Ready for the next step? Schedule an appointment at www.askthelawyer.us or call 855-768-8845. Immigration law is dynamic and complex. The lawyer you hire does make a difference.
Do you have a legal issue, question, or concern? Turn to Ask the Lawyer. You have questions? We've got answers. For a consultation or to refer a client, visit www.askthelawyer.us. Again, www.askthelawyer.us. You can also register for our paralegal program, get legal news, business consults, or other information on educational issues. Yes, ask the lawyer. You have questions? We've got answers. For a consultation or to refer a client, visit www.askthelawyer.us. Again, www.askthelawyer.us.
The United States is consistently ranked among the best internationally for its competitiveness. Are you planning to start a new business or branch of your business in New York? Attend our Chamber Coalition's 5-week webinar series, Small Business Sense Bootcamp. We provide education and business preparation for small business owners and startups. Learn the basics of business planning, how to finance your business, business credit, marketing, and social media strategies, small business solutions, legal, tax, accounting, banking, and insurance, and how to do business within New York City, New York State, and corporations. Register at startupsbootcamp.eventbrite.com.
Divorce, separation, support, custody. The common factor? They keep you up at night. Sleep well knowing that you have the law firm of Figaro and Associates on your side through this difficult time. Don't divorce your money. Don't divorce your children. Divorce your spouse. Whether it's a contested or uncontested divorce, the law firm of Figaro and Associates will guide you through every step of the process. From child custody to property and debt concerns, the law firm of Figaro and Associates has the experience and expertise in handling cases involving significant assets and complicated issues. A divorce can be one of the most unpleasant experiences a person ever has to go through. Don't do it alone. Stop the sleepless nights and call the law firm of Figaro and Associates, 855-768-8845. That's 855-768-8845, or visit 311divorce.com. That's 311divorce.com. At the law firm of Figaro and Associates, a divorce is not the end, it's a new beginning.
Good day and a warm welcome. In studio with us, we have a very special guest, Jamaican reggae artist, Qyor. So lovely to have you with us.
I'm great. How are you?
I'm well, thanks for asking. So, can you share the inspiration behind your latest single, Cool Runnings, and how it reflects Jamaican culture?
Yeah, my new single, Cool Runnings, the concept behind it is really just allowing ourselves to sing a song about Jamaica that gives off the essence and the vibe more than like specific places to go. And a lot of times you hear people sing about Jamaica, and it's very, listing places that you should go to, and it's very advertising it almost in a very specific way. This is really just about us holding an energy, sharing an energy, having people observe and feel that through song, all that Jamaica means to us, all that it does for us in a very therapeutic kind of way. And that's really what Cool Runnings is about, like how chill we choose to be when we get the chance to, and how we survive through difficult times. Where we're from, we don't need no permission. We don't need no permission to pick mango from the neighbor's tree. It's like that kind of energy. And that's really what it is about for us. That's what Cool Runnings is. Jamaican energy, cool vibes all the time.
Jamaica is more than just a beautiful tourist destination.
Much more.
Much more. Your music aims to touch the hearts and provide positivity. How do you hope listeners will feel when they hear Cool Runnings?
I love when people feel my music more than listen to it, because we really do listen and hear with what the brain is doing, logic and all these other things, intellect and such. So I love when my music is felt. That's where I sing from, and that's where I want to tap in. I sing from my soul to the soul of anyone that will allow themselves to feel more than listen to the music. And I really just want them to feel that warmth of Jamaican energy, that warmth of good, positive, graceful, merciful love, like not in a religious way, but just in a natural way, where you take your shoes off, put your feet in the soil, and feel that love from earth. And that joy from drinking a fruit from a tree that's a cup with lots of water in it. It's that kind of energy you want people to feel, that, taste it more than even hear what you're singing or how I'm singing it. I am a singer, and it's very rhythmic with how I sing it. It's not a very singy kind of song, and that was intentional to allow it to be very speech-like and something that others could just relate to and sing along with it much easier.
So it's more of an experience when they're listening.
Yeah, I like how you summarize it for me. You do it. Yeah, spot on.
So how do you see Cool Runnings fitting into the current landscape of Jamaican music?
Yeah, for me, Cool Runnings is not necessarily for me like about the timing now. It's something that has a time. There's always a time for a Cool Runnings. So I'm grateful that I was blessed to be the vessel for this one. Yeah, I think it fits perfectly into just every good thought or memory that anyone in the diaspora will have of Jamaica, or visitors will have of Jamaica. It will, not should, but it will fit at least one part of your trip, one part of your experience. It will sit somewhere. It'll become a soundtrack to your life at some point. If you've experienced anything from Jamaica, even if it's just someone telling you a story of it, it fits in perfectly. And of course, it's Reggae Month for us in Jamaica, or Jamaicans across the world. It is the month that we teach a lot more about Black history. We call it Black History Month. And yeah, it's a beautiful major thing happened for us as Jamaicans, which is the Bob Marley One Love movie too. And that's something that is like a major thing, across the world, media-wise. It shines a beautiful new light, a return of a certain kind of energy too, a soulful kind of mission, a mission of love and purpose and passion, which is what the story in the movie really portrays. It reminds us of what people loved about Jamaica and Jamaican music, back 30, 40 years ago. Really just about tapping into people's souls more than, again.
So, reflecting on your role in the Bob Marley One Love movie, has Bob Marley had any influence on your music?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I love Bob for sure. Peter Tosh was my introduction to reggae music, so my love for Peter is deep as well. But I know that beat that Bob had, the journey that he had and the popularity that he gained across the world, he has blessed people and changed people's lives in an immeasurable way, is what I would call it. I don't think I can tap into like specifics with what Bob Marley's music has done for the world. For me, it has pushed me to stay focused on keeping that raw soul kind of energy when I'm singing, no matter the genre, keeping that honesty within myself and what I'm about to sing about, and how I can stand and represent what I'm about to sing about, even when it is something that goes against the popular opinion. You know what I mean? That's something major that I've learned from Ali for sure, and his music.
So, what was it like collaborating with producer Sly Daddy Wizard and Remich Entertainment on this project?
Collaboration. We've always worked together. Myself and Ramesh, we've worked on a lot of things. Like 15 years of a solid friendship. Myself and Slide as well. He's always been around Ramesh from them time, and we've always worked on stuff together. I was coaching one of their artists, and they were like, "Yo, let's go, let's start do some work together." I had already brought stuff to them, and they loved it, and they've been a part of my journey as an artist in supporting in different ways, but not having a song that they produced for me. So this is our first release together, and I'm really happy about that. And we have a few more coming just the same. Really good energy, always allowed to create, and then I allow them to do what it is that they see fit, post-production wise too. So we give each other space to express through each song that we're creating. Good vibe.
That's beautiful. So, as you finalize your upcoming album from scratch, what themes or messages can listeners anticipate?
Wow. So from scratch means so much to me. It's really been a beautiful journey, just me allowing myself to strip myself each time. In each song, it's really a very bare approach to my life. I'm not a very loud speaker. I'm very vivacious when I'm like relaxed and not working, but when it comes to the crowd, I'm an introvert. A lot of times, I think my confidence will come up when I'm on the stage, when I'm singing. That's my joy, that's my extroverted moment. That's it for me. But most of the times, there are a lot of people who don't know a lot about my journey and about how I think and feel about things. I keep my opinions to myself unless I'm singing about it. And from scratch is where I strip myself and show that. So you're gonna see and feel from scratch, the project, a lot of soul, a lot of hope, a lot of love, a lot of mindfulness for sure. Yeah, not much of the frivolous energy. It's really about making sure that it is meaningful and mindful of what we want to leave as a legacy in everything that we're doing. Music lasts forever, so the mindfulness is key. Expressing myself, of course, as I said earlier, even if the opinions are not so popular, but making sure that people get that raw, real energy of where I am at this point in my life. So yeah, I'm very excited about From Scratch. It's about to be a really beautiful blessing to the world. I mean, for me to release it, and also for the world to, experience it.
So, you describe your musical style as exotic soul. Can you explain what this means to you and how it influences your music?
Every person in Jamaica is a rare kind. I will say that to you. Like we're just like a ball of unpredictable magic. That's what I find. And I think maybe others would say the same about where they're from. So for where I'm from, I know that every person I meet is an unpredictable ball of just phenomenon. Like that's the exotic energy that we share. We can stand in a crowd and we stand out, even when we're not trying to. And that's what makes me this exotic soul. And when I say soul, my calling is music. It's not much of a profession. It's not about the prize for me. It's always about the climb. It's been about that for me. And I've always been around people who are, winning prizes. I've won a lot of prizes in my life, but it's been more about that for me, the soul expressing itself. And I love the idea of just always, you can see how I spell my name. It's Qyor. I like being different. I like knowing that people find that spark and go search for the spelling or search for more than just what comes to mind or what we're told it has to be spelled like. So XOUL is that for me, soul, exotic soul, because that's what I am, a rare kind.
And lastly, I want to ask, what do you find most rewarding about spreading Jamaican culture and positivity through your music on a global scale?
It is duty. And, if I do anything that misrepresents my mission, it, it paints a bad picture on where I'm from. It paints a bad picture on the people who grew me, on my parents, on my friends, on my coworkers. Like we have a responsibility. They call it social responsibility. For me, it's just a spiritual responsibility. Like it's my duty to do the best I can, to be honest, to the things that I want. Again, even when it goes against popular opinion, but also making sure that with everything that we're doing, we can see much more than just what's happening now, and make sure it can benefit a greater purpose all the time. And that's a part of why I'm always happy to show my Jamaican side. A lot of people don't necessarily love the fact that, oh, you're doing soul, but you're not doing enough patois, or you're not doing this. No, Jamaican culture is much more than the things that we want to crack a joke and use as an icebreaker. Man, our culture is much more than that. Like, like be okay talking about different things that make you Jamaican other than just locks on my head and marijuana and right rum, and it's so much more. And it's a duty for me to make sure that we share that part of it, because we're not all the same. Out of many one, and that's what we are,
Right.
Jamaican.
More than oxtail and curry goats.
More than oxtail and curry goat.
So I wanted to ask, where can everyone stream and listen to Cool Runnings, and where will they be able to find your From Scratch album?
All right, so I'm learning how to ask everyone to go and subscribe. So my name is Qyor everywhere. You can follow and find me, follow the magic everywhere, find the music everywhere. Subscribe to the YouTube. We'll be showing that we have a music video there on the YouTube page. Give thanks for that visual that's kind of been out there, kind of sharing the energy. The music is out on all digital platforms, so Spotify, Tidal, iTunes, list them all. We're out there. I am Qyor everywhere. IAMQYOR everywhere. You'll find me.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, man, I appreciate you so much. Thank you.
Do you have a legal issue, question, or concern? Turn to Ask the Lawyer. You have questions? We've got answers. For a consultation or to refer a client, visit www.askthelawyer.us. Again, www.askthelawyer.us. You can also register for our paralegal program, get legal news, business consults, or other information on educational issues. Yes, ask the lawyer. You have questions? We've got answers. For a consultation or to refer a client, visit www.askthelawyer.us. Again, www.askthelawyer.us.
Get on the path to success. Join the fastest growing industry. Become a paralegal. The rise in popularity of online education programs means that it is easier than ever to find the right one for you. Deciding on the best paralegal online program requires research and time. By weeding out the level mills and substandard institutions, you can earn a quality certificate at an affordable price. When researching online paralegal programs, you will want to consider several factors. Cost and institution reputation are the most important. With this in mind, one program rises above the rest. The Chamber Coalition, which comprises the New American Chamber of Commerce, NACC, the African American International Chamber of Commerce, AAICC, and the Hispanic American International Chamber of Commerce, HAICC, offers the best online paralegal studies program. The competitive tuition rate, coupled with the impeccable reputation of the coalition, makes this an obvious choice for anyone serious about their education. This is a program of the highest standard. Additional certificates include LexisNexis and Qyor. We also use Cali, which is what is used in law schools. What are the requirements? To be admitted to the Chamber's Paralegal Certificate Program, you must be at least 18 years old, read and write English at a proficiency level, have strong computer skills, and have a high school diploma. If these qualifications fit you, you can continue the admission process. Applications are accepted online anytime during the year. A mandatory orientation describes your upcoming classes, guidelines, and expectations. The tuition for this respected program is very competitive with other online paralegal degrees. It costs less than $1,000 for the entire program. The average student can finish the program in anywhere from 6 to 12 months. Books are extra and will run around a few $100s for everything. If you want the best paralegal online program at the best price, the Chamber Coalition Paralegal Certificate Program is the answer. The program is excellent for aspiring and current paralegals, individuals who plan to attend law school, community advocates, persons who want to understand the law and their rights, and prospective political candidates. Is being a paralegal worth it? Yes. The Bureau of Labor Statistics projects a 10% job growth between now and 2029. The median salary nationwide in 2019 was $51,740, and the average mean wage was $61,810. It truly is a prestigious and significant profession. Simply put, paralegals help people. They help their employers be more efficient in their jobs, increase a firm's revenue and productivity, and help the clients. A career as a paralegal can be rewarding professionally and personally, and offers a unique opportunity to help others. Options vary depending on the paralegal's practice area. New York is the state with the second largest employment of paralegals and legal assistants in the country, given New York City's occasional designation as the capital of the world and close proximity to Washington, D.C., the hub of federal government and law. As one of the biggest global hubs of finance, media, and culture, jobs in the legal realm are bound to follow. Most states do not have any certification or licensure requirements to be a paralegal, and New York is no exception. By graduating from this program, you can market yourself as a virtual paralegal for attorneys and law firms in New York State. There is a one-time fee of $550. Are you excited to learn more? Register for an orientation at www.freeparalegal.org. That's www.freeparalegal.org.
Thank you for listening to Ask the Lawyer International Edition with attorney Brian Figueroa of the law firm Figueroa and Associates in New York. We hope you enjoyed the show, which featured immigration visitors visa, starting and doing business in New York, entertainment and business visas, religious visas, and much more. Whether you are outside the U.S. or have family in New York, the number to call, share, and keep is 855-768-8845. That's 855-768-8845. Please schedule a consultation with us at www.askthelawyer.us. That's www.askthelawyer.us. This is Ask the Lawyer, International Edition. You have questions? We've got the answers.